Relax your mind, guide your breath, and imagine yourself at the edge of the Shire rolling green hills under a tranquil sky. The air smells of fresh grass and wildflowers, whispering tales of simplicity and peace. You are safe here, but a quiet magic moves beneath the surface, a gentle promise of adventures to come. Bilbo Baggins, unexpected celebration. Frodo's uncle, Bilbo, celebrates his 111th birthday with merry cheer and fireworks that light the dusk. Laughter echoes across Bag Ends, hedges warm, playful, intimate, yet hidden in the soft glow lies a small, golden ring, thin, unassuming, and impossibly powerful. When Bilbo quietly departs, leaving the ring with Frodo, the world shifts. The warmth turns softer. Curious, the weight of a quiet destiny. Years pass like drifting clouds. Frodo lives simply, until Gandalf arrives, grey-hobbed and thoughtful, with eyes that hold both light and worry. In hushed moonlight, Gandalf names the ring for what it is, the one forged long ago by Sauron. In Mordor's fiery doom, it holds the power to bind or destroy. Innocent Frodo must ferry it across Middle-earth to Mount Doom, where only fire can erase its power. A gentle farewell to the Shire. In the soft hush of dawn, Frodo leaves home. Sam, steadfast and kind, joins him. Merry and Pippin whisper goodbye. Less than a journey's start, the Shire recedes in green waves behind them. Breezin, the prancing pony, awaits with flickering lanterns and cautious whispers of Strider, the ranger with a hidden crown of heritage. Under the watch of the Black Riders, the wind cools as shadowy figures appear. Nazgul on black steeds, heartless and determined. Each sunset brings whispered dread. Frodo's touch upon the ring draws them near, like embers pulling distant flames. Each step becomes hushed, careful and heavy with fate. The journey through the old forest brings strange dangers, gnarled trees driven by ancient magic. Yet here, the sleepy world of the Shire meets wild enchantment. The ding of hobbit hearts quickens with every rustle in the leaves, every bend of moonlit branch. Tom Bombadil's song breaks the spell, freeing hobbit feet and hearts. Paths of strangers and fellowship forming, they reach Bree, where shadow meets candlelight. Strider, tall and silent, steps from darkness into their trust. His eyes are steady, but kind, a guide, a protector, along the road that winds toward Rivendell. Moonlight bathes them, and hobbit laughter drifts softly once more. But danger remains. A dark wound on Frodo's shoulder, cast by a Morgul blade, brings fear's icy whisper. Yet even this wound carries hope. Elrond's hidden river spirit rises to shield and heal. Rivendell, a sanctuary of sighs arriving amid water and song. Rivendell breathes peace. Waterfalls hush the soul. Elven voices echo like distant stars. Here, Frodo's wound quiets, his spirit recovers. Elrond's council convenes beneath carved halls and vaulted ceilings, voices soft with the weight of history and hope. Fellow travelers are chosen 9, who will bind together across race and realm. Men, elves, dwarves, hobbits, and a wizard. The Fellowship's choice and departure. Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Boromir, and Gandalf accept their charge. The gravity feels tender, not heavy-like, a promise whispered under the stars. Their fellowship is formed not to conquer, but to protect, to light the path rather than rule. Together, they step beyond the safety of Elrond's halls, a journey through mountain and moonlight. They choose a path not the snow-swallowed Caradhras, caverns of Moria. Shadows touch them before the gorge. A nameless fear in the Dwarf King's tomb. The mournful echo of lost dwarves hangs in ancient halls. Each step is a test, of courage, of companionship, water, rope, and steel threads binding them to one another and their quest. Then their chasm opens, a bridge crumbles, a Balrog steps from darkness, a voice falls, and Gandalf stands on its edge, facing flame and shadow, a clash of ancient power. Gandalf's cry fades, his form lost to shadow and flame, pulled into fathoms below. His absence hushes the fellowship, as though Ardor itself is holding its breath. Let your breath fall into a gentle rhythm, like a slow current weaving through autumn leaves. The first part of the journey has passed. Now we gather our strength for what lies ahead. From Moria's depths to Eslight, the fellowship emerges from the dark labyrinth of Moria. Each step soft yet deliberate. Frodo's heart is heavy. Gandalf, their guide, is gone. The winter sun kisses the tops of ancient trees as they climb into the woodland realm that gleams with golden whispers. In this enchanted forest, time itself feels hushed, as though the air holds its breath. Leaves shimmer, glinting with dew and memory. Galadriel greets them with grace, her voice quiet and deep, filled with both sorrow and hope. She offers them shelter, gifts, and gentle counsel, like a mother tending a flickering flame in a cottage hearth. Frodo receives a crystal containing the captured starlight, a light of Irendil meant to bolster him in dark places. It glows softly in his hand, tiny and bright, echoing the promise that night, no matter how deep, is never endless. The tension within the fellowship, their time is a haven meal shared under silent canopy, hearts mended in the hush between rustling leaves and the distant lull of rivulets. Yet, beneath the calm flows currents of doubt. Legolas and Gimli bond through respectful rivalry. Aragorn's chair sits empty in the council it could be his, yet remains unborn. Boromir wrestles with his own ambition, the lure of using the ring to defend his homeland. Frodo's path grows clearer. The ring must be taken alone, but none will send him into danger without them by his side. The breaking of the fellowship. As dawn touches the forest's edge, they depart in silence. The river glints silver. Each knows the road ahead carries danger and sacrifice. Then, at Pathgalen, the quiet fracture, Boromir approaches Frodo, pleading, begging to take the ring and use it for good. But Frodo's eyes hold steady resolve. He cannot. In a moment around the wooded lake, Frodo walks away. Sam, loyal as dawn, joins him. The rest of the fellowship stands watch in a hush, then sorrow, but no pursuit. They know the path Frodo has chosen, and must find their own. Echoes of farewell. The sound of leaves under Sam's feet, the tap of Frodo's boots on wood, each step echoes in still air. They enter the forest alone again. The rest scatter. Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli pursue orphans of destiny. Boromir is pulled away, his conscience torn. Merry and Pippin are lost in an orc ambush, emerging into a Frodo and Sam find brief solace by a quiet stream water. Sam kneels and fills their boots with fresh water. He laces Frodo's boot and says quietly, "I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you." Their bond, unspoken yet strong, glows brighter than the light of any star. Reflection and stepping forward, the forest around them hums with unseen life. Each rustle a reminder that they are no longer alone in the world, though they are alone on the path. Sam's hand touches Frodo's. No words need speak what their hearts carry. As they walk on in the soft green dusk, Frodo lifts the ring briefly. It gleams ominously, like a misremembered promise. He places it in his pocket. Shadows swirl, but his breath is steady. He breathes in courage. He breathes out doubt. Allow this soft revival of hope and determination to rest within you. The fellowship has been broken, yet the light of their bond shines through the dark. Let your eyes flutter closed, your breath settle deep. Take a slow, gentle breath, and let it flow out like a silent stream winding through deep forest. Feel your body relax, your mind settling, as we step into the next chapter of this long and winding journey. Paths diverging, hope rekindling, the fellowship has been broken, yet each soul continues on, guided by purpose and friendship. Frodo and Sam walk alone under the canopy of ancient trees, their footsteps soft by moss. They share stories beneath the whispering leaf-staleys of home, of simpler days, of fat hobbit feasts, and always, each breath draws them closer, not just to Mount Doom, but to deeper understanding of each other. In the distance, shadows move. Frodo senses a presence, an echo of the past. Gollum, that twisted creature haunted by the memory of the ring, slinks from the trees, eyes glinting with hunger and regret. At first, they are warrior suspicion wraps their hearts in icy chains, but Gollum knows the path, the hidden roads, the secret ways of shadow and stone. So, in the hush of cautious trust, Frodo and Sam accept his guidance, even as they both whisper a prayer to hope, echoes of war and honor. Meanwhile, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli pursue the orcs who captured Merry and Pippin. Their chase leads them to the crest of rocky hills, overlooking a land of mist and war. The Green Knight, chivalrous and true, rides beside them into a clearing where ancient trees stand blood-red with war. Near Helm's Deep, which lies like a fortress in a valley of stone, the world waits on the edge of silence. Their Immers, riders noble, weary join their cause, and beneath spires of steel, an army of orcs gathers, their numbers dreadful in the dim light. But in the quiet moments before dawn's shadow breaks, the bonds of fellowship shine through. Sam, Frodo, and Gollum tread mossy paths. Aragorn steels himself beneath starless skies. Merry and Pippin find escape within a silent forest, where Ents awaken from ancient dream. Frodo's burden and Gollum's whisper under mossy branches. Frodo feels the ring's weight twisting deeper, like a thorn in his mind. He pauses at a stream that runs clear and cold. He kneels, touches the water, seeking something he can no longer name. Sam shares a gentle word, offering fresh water, reminding Frodo of simpler joys, second breakfasts, warm fires, the touch of familiar earth. Gollum's shadow watchers, torn between devotion and obsession. Sometimes his voice is whisper soft, pleading, "Master, we will go on. Master, we will find Mordor." Other times, it is harsh, broken by hunger. Sneaky little hobbits must keep our secret. The ring's dark pull is a storm in Frodo's mind. Friendship and love are quiet candles holding back the night. The guardians of Rohan, far away, Gandalf the White stands atop a green hill, bathed in pale light. He has returned, reborn from the flame of shadow that consumed him in Moria. Now, more radiant and calm, he bows to the rising sun. Alongside him, Eowyn, shield maiden of Rohan, and King find strength in his words like blades, tempered with hope. They ride hard, past sparkling rivers and fields scarred by war, to Helm's Deep. At night they arrive, battered but unbroken banners raised, spears upturned toward the silent sky. In the stillness before battle, Gandalf's voice falls. Calm. Ride now. Ride now. Ride to ruin. The riders answer without words. Steel and oath held firm. Morning's promise. Back in the east, Frodo and Sam reach a hidden crossing Gondorgrowth parts to show the dark river Rosgobel's edge. Their path narrows, but their steps do not falter. Sam looks to Frodo, offering a quiet question. "Do you trust him?" Frodo closes his eyes, listens to the breeze. "I do," he says, and the word is more luminous than any sunlight. Quiet before the storm. Soon the first glimpses of Isengard's twisted towers appear, bent toward Vengeance. A bridge of roots and vines stretches over a canyon of dread. Gollum pauses, his eyes flicker with war and wonder. Frodo grips his cloak. Sam's hand touches his, steady, sure. The three cross into shadow, into secret, into what lies ahead, deep within the fortress of Isengard, where stone towers pierce a storm-dark sky. The earth itself seems to tremble beneath the march of Saruman's armies. The one-screen lands are scarred by fire and iron, trees felled, rivers poisoned. Yet, amid this destruction, nature stirs. The Encs, ancient shepherds of the forest, rise from their slumber, slow and deliberate as the turning of the seasons. Their voices rumble like distant thunder through the roots of the earth, gathering a quiet strength that has waited for ages. The Ents march. Merry and Pippin, once captured and now freed, stand among the towering Ents, their wide eyes reflecting the flicker of torchlight and hope. The Ents listen to the hobbits' stories of pain and courage, their ancient hearts stirring in sympathy and fury. Slowly, they move, their feet shaking the ground, their limbs weaving a dance of green fury against the machinery of war. The battle for the soul of the forest is underway, a slow crescendo of leaves, branches, and roots reclaiming what was lost. Helm's Deep, a fortress of shadows and light far to the west, under a sky heavy with storm clouds. The people of Rohan brace within the stone walls of Helm's Deep. The air hums with whispered prayers and the sharpening of swords. King stands tall but weary, his crown heavy with the burden of leadership. Beside him, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli prepare for the coming night, their hearts steady despite the weight of the looming threat. The Orc army approaches like a dark tide, a soundless wave that threatens to crash upon the fortress walls. Inside, the quiet moments are precious shared smiles, a soft touch, a breath held together. Gawain's eyes flicker with both fear and fierce resolve, a flame burning quietly within. The battle unfolds as darkness falls. The siege begins. Arrows hiss like rain, swords clash with the ringing of ancient songs, and the walls tremble beneath the pounding of countless feet. Yet, amid the chaos, moments of grace emerge. The steadfast shield wall, the nimble dance of Legolas' arrows, Gimli's unyielding courage. The defenders hold, though the night seems endless, a tapestry woven from hope and desperation. Frodo and Sam's journey meanwhile. Beyond the mountains and forests, Frodo and Sam press onward. Their footsteps are light but determined, weaving through shadowed paths and whispered dangers. The weight of the ring is a constant companion, a silent song threading through their minds. Gollum leads them with cautious steps, his voice a haunting melody of desire and regret. At times, Frodo feels the ring's call, a seductive whisper, promising power and peace. Yet, Sam's unwavering loyalty is a steady drumbeat beneath the storm, a reminder of friendship's enduring strength. Together, they cross into the shadowed land of Mordor, where the air is thick and heavy, and the horizon seems to bend under the weight of coming darkness. A moment of light in a rare pause beneath the stars. Frodo looks to Sam, his eyes reflecting the faint glow of distant fires. The two share a silent understanding. Hope is fragile, but it burns still, a soft ember glowing against the night. Gollum watches from the shadows, torn between his own dark desires and the faintest spark of something more, the promise of dawn as the night wanes. Gandalf returns a beacon of light and wisdom. His presence is like the first warm rays of morning breaking through storm clouds. He joins the riders of Rohan, leading them toward a dawn filled with promise and peril. As dawn breaks, the rolling plains of Rohan awaken beneath a soft wash of golden light. The riders gather Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, and Eomer among them, each heart steady, each breath a vow to protect what remains. The wind carries the scent of earth and grass, the soft creak of leather, the low murmur of whispered prayers. Gandalf rides with them now, no longer the grey but the white, a figure radiant as sunlight filtering through the leaves. His voice, calm and resolute, speaks of hope and strategy, of battles to come, and the strength found in unity. The paths of the dead Aragorn's journey takes him into the shadowed mountains, to a place forgotten by time, the paths of the dead. Here, beneath veils of mist and silence, ancient spirits linger, bound by oaths. The air is cool, still, heavy with memory. Each step forward is a step deeper into legend and courage. The dead do not speak, but their presence hums like the low rumble of distant thunder, a reminder that even the forgotten can shape the fate of the living. Aragorn's voice is steady, a beacon cutting through the silence, as he calls them to honor their ancient pledge. The Battle of Helm's Deep resumes back at Helm's Deep. The storm rages in fierce waves of wind and rain, mirroring the chaos below the fortress walls. The orcs press their assault, relentless and merciless. Lightning cracks like a celestial illuminating moments of desperation and valor. Soldiers standing firm, a spear thrust, a shield raised against the tide. Then, from the darkness and storm, a horn sounds sharp and clear. The riders of Rohan arrive, their horses thundering across the fields, a rolling wave of light and sound breaking the enemy ranks. The battle turns, the tide shifting like a breath held and released. The forests whisper meanwhile. Frodo, Sam, and Gollum navigate the perilous land of Mordor. The air grows thicker with each step, heavy with ash and silence. The land seems to breathe with a slow, ominous rhythm, the very soil whispering of shadow and danger. Yet, amid the desolation, there are moments of fragile beauty, glimmers of stars through smoke, the soft murmur of a hidden spring, the quiet resolve shared between two friends. Frodo's heart beats with the weight of the ring, but also with the strength drawn from Sam's unwavering presence. The growing burden. Gollum's dual nature flickers in the twilight, sometimes sly and helpful, other times dark and desperate. His whispers crawl through Frodo's mind like tendrils, a soft but persistent temptation. The tension between light and shadow deepens. Each step forward, a delicate balance. The flicker of hope in a rare moment of stillness. Frodo looks to the stars, imagining the peaceful fields of the Shira, place of laughter, of quiet joy, of simple days. This memory becomes a small flame against the gathering dark, a promise that the light endures even in the deepest night. Settle into your quiet space. Close your eyes once more. Take a long, slow breath. Feel the air fill your lungs deeply, as if breathing in the very essence of the ancient lands of Mid. Hold it gently for a moment, then exhale slowly, releasing tension like leaves falling softly to the forest floor. Let the calm wash over you like a gentle evening tide, steady and sure. As you breathe, imagine the vast plains of Rohan bathed in the pale light of dawn, where the first soft rays spill over rolling hills and fields of grass that sway like waves in a calm sea. The air is crisp but not cold, filled with the scent of earth, wildflowers, and the faintest whisper of rain. From a night past, the riders gather in quiet preparation. Each warrior's breath is steady, their hearts aligned with the rhythm of the land they protect. Among them, Aragorn stands tall, his gaze calm and far-reaching. Beside him, Legolas and Gimli share a quiet camaraderie, their rivalry softened by the trials they have endured together. Eomer, fierce and loyal, checks the straps of his armor, his eyes sharp with the knowledge of the battle soon to come. From the east, the figure of Gandalf approaches, a beacon of light, cutting through the soft morning mist. His white robes shimmer faintly as he rides, a presence that feels like the first warm rays after a long, dark winter. Where once he was the grey, now he is the white, transformed by wisdom, strength, and an unyielding commitment to the forces of good. Gandalf's voice is calm yet commanding as he addresses the riders, his words carrying the weight of hope and strategy. We ride not only for Rohan, but for the future of all free peoples. Stand firm, stand true, together we shall turn the tide. As the riders mount and prepare to move, the stillness of the dawn is broken by the distant sound of thunder, not from the storm clouds above, but from the earth itself, trembling beneath the heavy tread of approaching armies. Far from this gathering of hope, deep beneath the shadowed mountains, Aragorn rides into a place spoken of only in whispers, the paths of the dead. This ancient passage, cloaked in perpetual mist and silence, carries the weight of forgotten promises and restless spirits. The air here is thick with memory. Every step feels heavy with the stories of those who once walked these halls, now bound to the world as shadows, neither living nor fully dead. The stones beneath Aragorn's horse seem to pulse faintly with the heartbeat of the earth, ancient and slow. Aragorn speaks quietly, calling to the dead, reminding them of their oath to stand with the true king when the hour of need arrives. The silence that answers is profound, filled with the hum of unseen presence. The dead do not speak with words, but their weight presses down like the slow roll of thunder on distant hills. The king's voice is steady and clear, a beacon in the gloom. Now is the time to fulfill your oath. Follow me, and the kingdom shall be saved. The dead rise, their ethereal forms drifting like mist through the corridors and out onto the hills. A shadowed army, bound to honor and fate. Back at Helm's Deep, the fortress stands as a sentinel against the gathering storm, both in the skies above and the enemy massing beyond the walls. The night holds its breath as the forces of darkness prepare to strike. Within the stone battlements, the people of Rohan wait, faces etched with fear and resolve, hands gripping weapons, hearts pounding with a weight of what may come. King moves among them, offering words of encouragement, a steadying presence amid uncertainty. Eowyn stands beside her uncle, her eyes alight with fierce determination despite the shadows that cloud the future. Her spirit burns quietly, a flame against the dark. As night falls, the siege begins. The orcs advance in wave after wave, a dark tide of snarling faces, twisted forms, and clattering weapons. Arrows fly like raindrops in a storm. Spells shimmer against stone, and the clash of steel rings out in fierce, unyielding bursts. Amid the chaos, moments of bravery shine. Legolas' arrows soar with deadly grace, each shot a note in the symphony of battle. Gimli stands firm, his axe singing the song of dwarven courage. The defenders hold, their lines a woven tapestry of hope and steel. The storm above mirrors the battle below. Lightning flashes, illuminating the desperate faces of those who fight for survival. Thunder rolls, a low drumbeat, driving the night forward. Then, as all seems lost, a horn sounds, clear and true. It cuts through the roar of Wara Haral. The riders of Rohan arrive, their horses thundering across the fields like a wave of light and sound. The charge breaks, the enemy ranks, turning despair to courage, darkness to dawn. Meanwhile, Frodo and Sam press onward through the wastelands of Mordor. The land itself seems alive with shadow ash falling like snow. The sky heavy with smoke, the air thick with silence and dread. Each step forward is measured, weighted by the ring's ever-tightening grip on Frodo's mind and soul. The burden is immense, a whispering voice of temptation, promising release and power. Yet Sam is there, a steadfast presence, a reminder of loyalty and love. His steady words, his unwavering gaze, keep Frodo tethered to hope. Gollum shadows their path, his voice a low, wavering song of conflicting desires, torn between guiding them and claiming the ring for himself. Through treacherous passes and hidden paths, the trio moves deeper into the heart of shadow, a rare moment of peace. Beneath the sky studded with faint stars, Frodo rests. He looks upward, imagining the gentle hills and green fields of the Shire, the laughter of friends, the warmth of hearth and home. This memory is a fragile flame in the night, a promise that no matter how deep the darkness, the light endures. The journey is far from over, and dangers still lie ahead. But in this quiet moment, hope breathes softly. Breathe now, deep and slow. Feel the steady rhythm of your heart, the calm rise and fall of your chest. The story wraps around you like a warm cloak, a lullaby woven from courage, friendship, and the quiet strength of hope. You are safe here. You are held in the gentle arms of this ancient tale. When you are ready, we will move forward to the final scenes of The Two Towers, where destinies collide and the battle between light and shadow reaches a turning point. For now, rest in this moment, breathing in peace, breathing out fear. The night is long, but so is the story, and you are part of it. Close your eyes again and breathe deeply. Let the stillness settle over you like soft moss on ancient stone. Feel the pulse of the earth beneath, the faint heartbeat of Middle-earth, steady and sure. The calm before the storm, the sun begins to dip low behind the mountains, casting long shadows over the lands of Rohop. The air hums softly with the tension of what is to come, a lull in the chaos, a breath before the next wave. Atadorus King stands by his window, looking out at the distant horizon where the dark clouds gather like a silent army. His face is grave, lined with the weight of leadership, yet a spark of hope flickers in his eyes, a hope born of loyalty, courage, and the unyielding spirit of his people. Around him, preparations continue. Soldiers sharpen blades, horses neigh softly, and fires flicker in the gathering dusk, casting golden light on weathered faces, ready for what lies ahead. The Battle of Helm's Deep. Night falls fully, and the fortress stands like a beacon amid the growing storm. The enemy approaches, a vast host of orcs and mercenaries, their numbers seemingly endless, their intent merciless. The battle begins slowly, a dance of shadows and firelight. Arrows streak through the darkness like shooting stars, spells flash and flare with silent intensity. The walls echo with the clash of steel and the cries of defiance. Amid the turmoil, moments of bravery, shine Eowyn's fierce resolve, Aragorn's steady leadership, Legolas' graceful precision, and Gimli's indomitable spirit. Each action a thread in the tapestry of resistance. The fortress trembles beneath the onslaught, the night alive with the roar of battle. The riders arrive. Just as hope begins to falter, a distant horn pierces the chaos. Clear, strong, and unwavering, it cuts through the din like a call from the depths of the earth itself. From the mist and darkness come the riders of Rohan, galloping with thunderous hooves, a living wave of light and sound. Their charge breaks the enemy lines, scattering shadow like dawn's first light. The battle turns, The tide shifts, the darkness begins to recede. The Ents awakening far to the west, in the ancient forest of Fangorn, the Ents stir, slow and solemn. These ancient tree shepherds awaken to the growing threat the destruction wrought by Saruman's forces upon their beloved woods. Led by Treebeard, their voices rise in a deep, rumbling Karassa call for justice and protection. The forest comes alive, branches twisting and roots shifting as the Ents march toward Isengard. Their advance is unstoppable, tidal wave of green and ancient power that sweeps away the fortress of the traitor wizard. Stone crumbles, fires smolder, and the land breathes again beneath the cleansing rain. Frodo and Sam's journey meanwhile. Frodo and Sam pressed ever onward toward the heart of Mordor. The landscape is bleak ash-covered plains, barren rock, and skies thick with smoke. The ring weighs heavily on Frodo, its whispers growing ever more insistent, a dark melody threading through his mind. But Sam's loyalty never wavers. With every step, he is the anchor reminding Frodo of home, of hope, of the light still shining beyond the shadow. Their journey is a testament to courage, born not of power, but of love and friendship. The shadow of Gollum's presence is a shadow within shadows, his eyes flickering with both cunning and torment. His voice is a sibilant whisper, his intentions unclear. At times he guides, at times he but in this dark dance, Frodo holds fast to the fragile trust they share, knowing the path is fraught with peril. The promise of dawn as the night deepens, so too does the story reach toward a turning point. The battle for Middle-earth rages on, the lines between light and darkness drawn with every breath. Yet even in the darkest hours, a quiet hope endures, a promise whispered by the wind through ancient trees, carried on the steady beat of a warrior's heart, and felt in the unwavering bond between friends. Breathe now, slowly and fully. Feel the calm deepen within you. The story surrounds you, gentle and strong, a lullaby woven of courage, sacrifice, and the enduring power of hope. You are safe here. You are held in the embrace of this timeless tale. Rest now, and when you're ready, we will continue on to the final part of this journey, the return of the king. For now, just breathe and dream.